Welcome to another episode of Wellbeing Wednesdays with Summer, where we tell you everything to know about making yourself well. In this episode, we talk about character strengths. Everyone has them. Hermione Granger has her love of learning, Snow White with her appreciation for beauty, Superman's got his bravery. And you? Well, your strength is deciding to watch this video. The Rubber Brain by Morris and Colleagues 2018 defines character strengths as what we are good at and unique traits of ourselves we can bring to the table. They also say understanding our strengths is the first step to optimizing our thinking. This technique helps us adapt, gain skills when we need them, and make good decisions. The Rubber Brain also highlights Ryan and Desi's self-determination theory, which proposes that when our needs for relatedness, competence, and autonomy are satisfied, we achieve a holistic form of well-being. Setting goals associated with strengths satisfies competence and autonomy, directly contributing to our well-being. Previously, psychology prioritized deficit-based development, where we focused on improving existing weaknesses. The Rubber Brain by Morris and Colleagues recognizes a recent shift to positive psychology, which means we have begun focusing on developing the strengths we already possess and using them to enhance our lives. However, this also means we can acknowledge we're not all superheroes, and sometimes we can be satisfied with where we are right now. Perhaps the most renowned instigator of strengths investigation, Lindley and Associates 2010 began by observing how strengths-based goal obtainment reflects in goal progress, need satisfaction, and well-being. 240 college students learned their strengths, set 3 goals for the semester, and completed surveys to assess their well-being, goal progress, need satisfactions, and strength use. Students with higher strengths use demonstrated increased goal progress, which caused enhanced need satisfaction and well-being. Similarly, a Hyamstra and Perrin 2015 study compared strengths-based learning to deficit-based learning. 174 fourth-year university students completed a survey to determine their top and bottom strengths, then were randomly assigned to work on improving strength number 1 for strengths-based learning or number 31 for deficit-based learning. Students who focused on their first strength experienced higher competence, innate motivation, and ability to perform the intentions they set for themselves. Expanding on this, Anderson and Associates 2023 experimented with the impacts of character strengths on forms of self-efficacy, or an individual's belief in their ability to complete something, like competence in self-determination theory. In an American college, teachers were trained in strengths-based practices, meaning they deliberately harnessed the strengths of 286 students, who rated their self-efficacy before and after the semester. Students who experienced strengths-based teaching reported higher general, strengths, and academic-based self-efficacy, while also performing better in their studies. A study by Proyer and others in 2015 randomly assigned 375 adults into 3 intervention groups, one working on their top 5 strengths, one working on their bottom 5 strengths, and one reflecting on their earliest memories. Their levels of happy and depressed emotions were measured before the test, following the test, and 1, 3, and 6 months following the interventions. Results indicated that participants who worked on their top strengths experienced greater happiness for up to 3 months post-intervention, and depressive symptoms decreased immediately following testing across both strength development conditions. These results imply that persistent work on strengths-based practices has lasting positive impacts on emotions, which could be beneficial for using our strengths subconsciously in times when we are struggling. Although strengths are intrinsic, The Rubber Brain by Morris and Colleagues 2018 proposes that we are mostly unaware of them, and thus we cannot fully utilize them. To overcome this, the book says you could use a survey, such as the Values in Action survey, ask family or friends what they think, or reflect on a time you did something amazing and observe what strengths were present. For setting goals, we can use the SMART model to determine they are specific, manageable, achievable, reliable, and time-dependent according to your unique needs and strengths. Okay, what do we do now? Say you're coming into a difficult period at uni or work and it's making you feel very overwhelmed. Instead of wallowing in depths of despair, using your strengths of love or kindness, find a way to do something nice for yourself or someone else every day. It doesn't have to be massive, just something that makes you feel good, so your entire life isn't consumed by difficulties. One of our fans, Sophie, discovered her strengths are social intelligence and humour, so she has a goal to find something that makes her laugh and send it to a friend each day. Maybe you could do something similar, to share your strengths with others and include them in your well-being journey. In a double-pronged well-being approach, if your strength is gratitude or creativity, try using a rubber brain technique set by Morris and her colleagues, like writing or drawing about your day in a positive light, even if it was the worst day in existence. Or if your strength is appreciation of beauty, try meditating out in nature. Here, you incorporate other well-being techniques to optimize your newfound strengths. Being autistic myself, I've been told that my tendencies to hyperfocus, do things differently, and maintain routines to a T are negative. However, learning my strengths has taught me I can harness these traits to have discipline, creativity, and consistency. Other neurodivergent people can also learn spaces that they thought were deficits are actually major strengths. In this episode of Wellbeing Wednesdays, with the help of Morris and her wonderful colleagues, we learned how to use our character strengths to set goals for ourselves and how this helps our well-being by making us feel competent and autonomous. We hope you took something away and look forward to seeing you next week. Bye!